Coach, after Tuesday's loss, you talked about specific defensive principles you want to consistently see from the team. What's your assessment of tonight?
No, I thought the effort was really good, strong. In Miami's been playing really well for a while, so I knew it would be a good test. I like the way our guys responded, particularly you're down 2 starters, and you have to play well throughout in order to win.
Talk about your bench, particularly in the second half, and having Gabe in the second half.
Yeah, I thought particularly the end of the third, start of the fourth, I thought that was a big lift, and I think that was a big part of the game. Also, in getting the starters some rest during that stretch. I thought Evan played well. I thought Deuce played really well. I thought Obi really played well. And obviously RJ was in there with him, and then Isaiah as well. So that stretch was critical for our game. It gave us some breathing room.
You said before you about RJ from the other day. Move on to the next one. Today, 30 points, 20 in the second half, and some big plays.
Just all around. Very, very aggressive from the start. And I thought the start of the game, like his defense was really good, strong, and then his aggressiveness going to the basket, I thought was huge for us.
You got Julius named to the All-Star team.
Yeah.
Just kind of what you thought about that.
Just terrific, well-deserved, thrilled for him and his family. But it's his impact on our team and the winning part of it. And, just the way he's bounced back this year, too, says a lot about him.
Tough to get 2 guys.
Yeah.
Jalen didn't.
And usually, what you find is I thought he was deserving. And the hard thing about the All-Star game is there's not enough spots for all the guys that are deserving, having great years. Usually the next year, once you get established, you'll get more consideration, and hopefully you'll still get consideration this year if someone is out. He deserves it as well. I think both guys, but Julius in particular, just thrilled for him because of the work that he put in and the way he's approached everything.
Jalen, you expect him back?
Yeah, just feeling, under the weather, so see where he is tomorrow.
Julius was just in here talking about how in the offseason he didn't pick up a ball for a long time right after the season, and it was kind of like mentally decompressed, and it helped him out a lot. And the conversation with Johnny Bryant helped him out a lot. Have you noticed a shift in his approach and his attitude?
Yeah, no, I think just taking a step back from last year, I think was really good for him. And then, and I said this, I've said it a lot. I think there was a lot of pressure last year just because we had to manage really without point guard play. And I think getting Jalen this year has been huge for us.
Do you think there was pressure, too, just coming off the prior season, playoffs, All-NBA, All-Star, for him to try to just meet that again?
Yeah, I just think it was hard because of the way teams loaded up. Atlanta loaded up on them in the playoffs. And then we saw more teams doing that all year. And then when you have the ball in your hands, it's easy, to load up on someone. You're exerting a lot of energy trying to score like that. And I think just getting away from that and trying to move more without the ball, I think that's probably make quicker decisions, don't hold on to it. I think that's helped them a lot as well.
He said that he's been able to handle failure better this season. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of, like when you think about, how do you learn? You usually learn, through trial and error. So sometimes, it's positive, but a lot of times it's, it could be negative, and nothing ever stays the same. So I thought, 2 years ago he had a lot of single coverage, he had a lot of room, and then they wanted him to continue to show that he could do it. And then once he did that, then he started getting more attention, more double teams, and that made it so he had to go to a different level with that. And so I think understanding that, taking a step back and say, okay, like he wants to do well, and that it comes from a really good place. So learn from it and then bounce back.
You talked about also you just having ultimate belief in him, no matter what, and also with Julius as your top guy? What is it? Is it different at all than past approaches with top guys?
No, I think that, in the one advantage that I think that I have is that having coached against him, right? So when I was, we were in different places, like I always had a lot of respect for him as a player. And I knew the things that I didn't like to see, like when he's aggressive, attacking the basket, like running the floor. Those are, you don't want Julius coming at you with a head of steam. That's very difficult to stop. Good things usually come from it. Either the layup, the free throws. It puts you at a big disadvantage, and it creates open shots for other people. So, like in his versatility, I think he can score a lot of different ways. His skill set is pretty unique because of the power and the speed and athleticism. And then when I first got here, I was surprised at how well he shot the ball. And I think everyone played more for the drive or the post, and you gave him space. And he's really worked hard on his shooting. And I think it's helped. And where he is now is at a different place. I think analytically, if you look at his shot profile, it's far different than it was a year ago. And I think it's made him more efficient. It's made our offense a lot more efficient. And the impact on the team has been huge.
For RJ, when he's not as aggressive as maybe the other night, like he shouldn't have been, when he has a guy like Jimmy tonight, sometimes matching up, does it almost help a guy sometimes? Like, if you're not aggressive when you're playing against a guy like that, he's going to eat you alive a little bit, and you have no choice but to play that way?
Well, the thing that I love about RJ is I always believe he's going to bounce back. And I saw it immediately the next day, after the Laker game. I said, we'll be fine. Because I know, it's important to RJ. So I knew he'd come out aggressive. And I think I said this to you guys the other night, is prior to the injury, RJ had a stretch of about 15 games where he was playing phenomenal. Where he was scoring big and efficiently. And then, being out 2 weeks, it sort of knocked him out of rhythm a little bit. And now, hopefully he can get back on track to the point where he was. But that's usually the way he is. It's steady. It's a steady climb all season long. And so I think, he responds well to challenges. He knows that Miami's a really good defensive team. They're going to keep pressure on you. Jimmy's a great defensive player. So, but RJ, same thing. He can score a lot of different, like when he's running the floor and he gets some easy buckets, that usually gets him going too. Yeah, go ahead.
This game was like whole season, so many ups and downs. What's your thoughts about this?
I'm sorry, I missed the last part.
This game was like the whole season with so many ups and downs. And what's your thoughts about this?
And you're right, and that's a normal game. There's going to be, swings and it's really how you respond. Like you come into a game and we have two starters out, right? And they're playing really well. And after watching the Laker film, I thought we played a really good game. So now bounce back, be ready for this one. And then you have to do enough good things to win the game. And we didn't do enough in the Laker game, but we did tonight. And then tomorrow the challenge is, okay, get ready for the next game. We know we got the Clippers coming up, and that's a whole different challenge. So we got to get ready for them. But never get too high, never get too low. Just concentrate on next play, what's in front of you, and approach it that way. So I want us to build the right habits each and every day.
Hello, everybody. I'm talking to you guys today.
RJ, what's it like when your team finds out that just before the game that Julius is an all-star?
I didn't know till they announced it, but that was cool. That was so cool. I mean, just, from just talking to him, we sit beside each other on the plane for 4 years now, just talking to the man and seeing how hard he works, his preparation before every game, how locked in he is, he takes this very serious, and just to see all his hard work and dedication, pay off, that's huge. I mean, he's really been big for us every year, and especially this year. But it's also a credit to our team, because we. He be hooping, but we help him out a little bit. So, but nah, I'm very happy for him. Very grateful that he's going to represent us, in the All-Star game, and just nothing but congrats.
What was your mindset like coming in tonight off of your frustration?
Be aggressive. Play my game. I feel like I haven't really had that aggression from start to finish in a while. So, today I try to do that. We really, media and everybody won't really see a lot of things that go on, but we really work together a lot tonight. So, that was really just a credit to the whole team.
Meaning like talking to each other off the floor or before the game?
Nah, everything, man. Talking to each other. There was a lot of communication tonight, and just even what we were doing. I say we were very locked in tonight, we got a big dub for sure.
Was that what was sort of missing the other night, the aggression? Because when you came out of the game the other night, it seemed like you were sort of playing your best basketball early in that fourth quarter. I think you hit a couple shots and then you didn't go back in. Was it not that you weren't shooting well, just weren't aggressive enough?
I think, it took too long to get going, because, I didn't shoot it well tonight either. I missed every single three. I'm tripping, but, I still was able to find a way. So, it's not really an excuse.
What was it like in that second half when Evan came in and you seemed to break down their defense a lot easier than you did in the first half?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when they start to blitz, my pick and rolls, making that pass, and then not the next pass, but the pass after that, and just the way we're just moving it out there. We're picking them apart a little bit, and we made some runs. They made some runs, but the runs that we made, I feel like really put us in good position.
You joked about you're talking to the media tonight. You usually are so accessible and everything. Was it a frustration thing the other night?
I'm human. I get frustrated just like everybody else in here sometimes, and. My mama told me that if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So, yeah.
Did you take that frustration and channel it at all, or like how did you decompress after that?
This is the NBA, man. I have my family. They're always there with me. This team, we always support each other through ups and downs. So I have those guys for sure. And but it's the NBA. It's one game, just like this is one game. Get the day tomorrow, then we got two big ones coming up, so gotta stay ready.
RJ, in that last defensive possession, you opened up on Tyler. Did you expect him to curl around and get the ball?
I literally told him that the ball was going to him, like before the play started. But sometimes like some of the screens that they set are a little. Tough to get around, so I tried to get around it the best I could, but thank God Julius was there to help me.